a family to support, and so I'm not going to jeopardize that.
No, it's all been psychologically figured out to make you submit. Now, you described this to me as SWAT team-like.
Yeah, well, it was because they had like some guy. I mean, I didn't see any guns, but I'm just saying, like metaphorically, a SWAT team because like there's like 6 or 7 people descending on me. All these security guards, and they probably all had a conference with each other because they were pissed off because I said I don't want you to touch me. So they said, hey, let's go after her and make her an example and show her who's boss.
Well, I've seen countless YouTube videos off local news of TSA going crazy. Have you seen the one where the military vet in his uniform, they want to search him, they want to humiliate him, so when he just talks back, they beat him up and then charge him with assaulting him? Or the new thing is making people who can't walk get up, and if a person won't get out of a wheelchair, they just tell you that you're not going to fly. So now they make people get out of their wheelchairs who can't walk, and so families have to try to hold them up, and then they get screamed at. I mean, I don't want to fly through George W. Bush or George H.W. Bush Airport in Houston because I've flown through it 3 times, and once internationally, and they're just screaming at everyone, yelling. It's like Planet of the Apes. We're like running, and the TSA screaming and yelling, and people are freaked out. And they're screaming at old women on crutches and just foaming at the mouth and insane power trips. Let's talk about what you'd like to be done about this when we come back. Stay with us.
We're on the march. The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
What's your home worth? How can you compare local real estate agents? And how do you get MLS listings for the entire country? If you're thinking of buying a home to take advantage of a tax credit or selling your house, you first need to see an incredible website called HomeGain.com. HomeGain.com will help you find a realtor to buy or sell a home. It's so easy, and best of all, it's free. At HomeGain.com, you can compare realtors anonymously, receive customized proposals, see consumer reviews, then select the best realtor for you. Go to HomeGain.com and get an instant home value estimate, view comparable homes, and check out street views. HomeGain.com has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and contains a wealth of information, like their home improvement tool that helps you determine which home improvements to make to increase your home's value. See the top 12 home improvements right now at HomeGain.com. That's HomeGain.com. Look for Max, the orange HomeGain gorilla, to help you find a realtor or with any other real estate needs you might have at HomeGain.com, your real estate connection.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing a new world of possibilities.
It means all the world under their control.
The United Nations would take over America. The Trilateral Commission would control the world.
Invisible Empire chronicles how men of power and influence have worked in stealth for centuries to establish an oppressive world government.
I believe, first of all, that we now need nothing short of a world constitution for the global financial system.
Global governance with the establishment of the G20.
So it's going to be an inner ruling elite and then everyone else. And I got news for you. You're everyone else.
Invisible Empire. Secure your copy today at Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com, or watch it online in the highest quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. Hi, this is Alex Jones. Did you know that the global elite are now storing non-hybrid seeds in secret storage vaults near the Arctic Circle? Did you know that in a real meltdown, non-hybrid seeds can become more valuable than silver or gold? It's true, seeds have outperformed even gold and silver before in this country, and it's possible that could even happen again. So our friends at Solutions from Science have put together the perfect mix of non-hybrid seeds. They call it a survival seed bank, and it can produce an endless supply of nutrient-dense food for you and your family. And here's the best part. These seeds have not been genetically modified in any way, and you actually get enough seeds to plant a full-acre crisis garden. So visit them today at survivalseedbank.com. That's survivalseedbank.com, or give them a call at 877-327-0365. That's 877-327-0365. Remember, in a real crisis, non-hybrid seeds are the ultimate barter item. This is Alex Jones for survivalseedbank.com. All right, I'm going to get into the global carbon tax collapsing at the national and international level, but not at the local level. We're winning battles, but not the war yet. But we're well on our way to exposing that fraud. I've got some other false flag terror news I want to go over, and your phone calls at 1-800-259-9231. So, Christine Ebersole, you've told the story of what happened to you. This has happened to countless other flyers. I've been screamed at. I've had them pull out our Sony cameras that a 5-year-old can tell what it is. A 3-year-old probably could. Some 2-year-olds could tell and say, what is this? It's a camera. I said, what is this? And I have, had them pull out a little shampoo bottle that even follows their specs in Billings, Montana, and start screaming at me, getting off on it. And it seems to be certain airports. You go through some, they're really nice. It's not very oppressive. You go through others, it's worse. Let's be specific. What airport did this happen to you in, and have you seen that it's worse in certain airports?
Well, of course, Chicago, because that's, really a central area for flying, international flying. I think the most flights go out of there. But this was in Burbank, Bob Hope Burbank Airport in California, Well, I think really, Alex, what I've noticed is just happening incrementally. It's like the Jews, didn't start out at the camp. They start out with the star. Then they can't go out after 6. Then they're in the ghetto. And then, it's finally leave your name on the luggage at the platform and we'll get it to you. But it doesn't happen. It's that what you were discussing earlier. It's the incremental that's happening. And I noticed that they stop using the wands and then they start using the pat-down. This is like something that's been kind of recent for me, anyway.
Well, think about what a big deal this is. Naked body scanners, putting their hands on you, asking you questions, and it only gets worse and worse and worse, and it's training them. It's training the government employees that all of this is acceptable.
Yes.
And again, it's all being done by design. Where do you see this is headed? Because we know that...
Well, I think really what the hope is to sort of view this experience as nonviolent resistance. And like Rosa Parks didn't give up her seat. Don't give up your seat at the lunch counter. Know your rights. Know that we are, because the mere fact that we were created and that we live on this earth gives us rights. And we are sovereign human beings, and know your rights. And that's what we teach our children, isn't it? We tell our children, listen, don't let any strangers touch you. This is your body, and you need to protect it, and you speak out. Does that change when you become an adult? And then all of a sudden you submit yourself? It's okay to teach your children, but not for yourself. You don't have to protect yourself. So you see, that's the thing is that, that we don't understand how powerful we are as human beings. We don't understand that. And that's, if everybody went to the airport and said, I don't want you to touch me, and I'm not going through the scanners, the whole thing would collapse. But it's because we're in agreement with it, because we think we don't have any rights. I was talking to somebody in front of the line just, on my way back to California from San Francisco, and she was making a joke about, she knew it was ridiculous, but she was making a joke about the scanners. We'll all have to go through the scanners. I said, I'm not going through the scanners. She said, she looked at me like, we have a choice? I said, you have a choice. You are a sovereign human being. You are the supreme authority over your body. And you can say no. Unless
you're a convicted prisoner, and they're treating us like convicted prisoners, and the low-level people don't even know what they're doing. They're just as ignorant as the general public. But the globalists know exactly what they're doing, and this is a key part of their overall operation. This is a drill or a boot camp training us that all of America and all of the world is basically a giant re-education camp.
That's right. So I think it's just a matter of practicing nonviolent resistance and knowing the rights of man. It's that simple.
Well, I mean, I don't really believe in the classic term karma, but I do believe in you reap what you sow. I can't imagine, the bad mojo or whatever you want to call it, of grabbing people's genitals, rubbing people's breasts, dominating people, putting them through naked body scanners. And how as Americans or as British, this is global, or as Europeans, will you let them take your 3-year-olds? Because now TSA has said, just like England, they are phasing it in. It will be mandatory. They're just, quote, acclimating the public. I mean, that's TSA's own words. So we're now going to put our babies in body scanners that pound us with radiation. Now they're saying, well, women may have people sew in bombs inside their breast.
Yeah.
So now we may have to have